Hello, namaste. Today we're going to do about 20 minutes of stretching. And in our yoga practice, no matter what style or format you're practicing, there is almost always some sort of stretching going on. And we balance that with strength building as well. However, today we're going to focus more on the stretching aspect, not completely yinning it out. We're still going to be moving with our breath and our movement, just moving at a pace in which we can really stay in the stretch and really feel the opening in our bodies from head to toe. And take it at ever level you're at today. I will cue to most levels from beginner to advanced. So if you like to use props, use props. That is whether you're trying to deepen your posture or to help support a posture. Props aren't necessary for this session, but as per usual, I will cue to blocks, strap, and a blanket if you'd like to use those for today. Let's begin our practice. Begin in our cat-cows. So come into tabletop, all fours, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. And then tuck your toes underneath. Spread your toes wide. Stretch the bottoms of your feet. As you inhale, drop your belly. Send your gaze up. Roll your shoulders back for cow pose. Inhale. Exhale, untuck toes. Exhale, cat, round your spine. Chin to your chest, tailbone down. Moving breath to movement. Inhale, tuck the toes. Cow pose. Exhale, untuck toes, cat. Keep going, your breath, your movement. Just warming up the spine, connecting the body with the breath. Feel free to add any organic movements, perhaps rolling out the neck. You can also flip the wrist. This is really good if you're on the computer all day, typing, texting. Let's do about 1 or 2 more rounds, please. Good. Once you're done with your last 1 or 2, tuck your toes under and then exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Bend one knee, bend the other. The first part of class or any session, we're just taking inventory of what's present in our body. So just observe any places of tension, any places of ease. And then find stillness in your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, inhale, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bend your knee, stack your right hip over the left. This is scorpion dog. And draw tiny circles with your right knee, getting space into the right hip joint. Switch directions of the circles. And then inhale, re-extend the right heel, level off the hips. Exhale, step your foot between your palms. Separate your feet hip-width distance, so imagine there are train tracks underneath your feet. I like to use blocks for this next session. And then inhale, drop your hips, send your chest forward, maybe even look up, sort of like cow pose. And then exhale, straighten your right leg, fold your forehead towards your shin. Keep your back heel lifted. Do that breath to movement. Inhale, bend your knee, sink your hips, chest up, look up. Exhale, lengthen your leg, fold over right leg. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Option to flex your right foot for a little more stretch. 1 more. Inhale, stretch your left hip. Exhale, release the back of your right leg. And then rebend your right knee, lower your back knee. I'm going to use the blanket here. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes, and then lift up into a low crescent lunge. Okay, so a tendency is to sink the hips forward. Here, stack your hips over your back knee, so it's almost like we're doing mountain from our left knee all the way to our fingertips. Good. Energetically ground your right heel, and then almost as if you're going to drag it back, pull your right heel back without moving it. Inhale here. Exhale, receive your left wrist and tilt towards your right side. Look up towards your left hand. Also option to release your hand onto a block. But press down through your left shin, your left knee, and as you reach your left hand away. Last breath. Return back to center, and then lower your hands down for an easy twist. So left hand inside of your right foot, Reach your right hand up towards the sky. Look up towards your hand and then roll out your wrist. Open, close the fist. Stretch the fingers. And then option to stay here. Option for a quad stretch. Bend your left knee and reach back for your foot. Okay? If you have the foot, great. If not, also great. Wherever you are, observe where you're receiving the stretch. So being conscious and mindful and present with what's going on is a huge part of the practice. If you have the foot, release the foot. Thank you, foot. Return to center and take a quick half split. Lengthen your right leg. Fold. Exhale. And then rebend your knee. Step back to downward facing dog. Stretch the legs. Lift your left leg up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee. Scorpion dog. Stack your left hip over the right. Stretch through your hips. And then draw little circles with your left knee. One direction. Switch direction of the circles. Always like to get some mobility in the body before we stretch. Inhale, three-legged dog. Re-extend the heel. Exhale, step your foot between your palms. Again, separate the feet so they're hip-width distance. And then we'll do that split vinyasa. So inhale, sink your hips. Send your chest forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades, look up. Exhale, lengthen your left leg. Fold over your leg. Keep your back heel lifted. Inhale, bend your knee. Sink the hips, cow pose. Exhale, forehead towards your shin. Empty the breath. 2 more times, please. Inhale, bend. Stretch your right hip. Exhale, fold. Release the back of your left leg. Option to flex ankle. Inhale, last time. And exhale. Rebend your left knee, lower your right knee down, untuck the toes, and then lift up into a low crescent lunge. I'm setting up my block here. Good. Again, stack your right hip over the knee so you feel as supported as possible. Lift your hands up and think mountain pose from your right knee to your fingertips. Ground down from your back leg, so press your right shin down, and then inhale here. Exhale, receive your right wrist and tilt towards the left side. Option to look over towards the sky. Option to release your left hand either towards the earth or a block. Breathe into your right side body. One more breath. And then inhale, return your hands back up center. Exhale, hands plant down. Lower, keep your right hand down as you inhale. Open twist as you lift your left hand. Roll out your wrist, open, close the fist. Keep breathing. And then option to stay here. Great stretch in itself. Option to bend your right knee and reach back for your foot. Again, whether or not you have the foot is great. If you do have the foot, relax through your left shoulder, relax through your right hip. So a big part of the stretching is how much we can allow the stretch to happen. Oftentimes we unconsciously hold tension and it prevents us from opening as much as possible. Good. If you have the foot, release the foot. Thank you. And then take a quick half split. Lengthen your left leg. Fold as you exhale. And then rebend your knee. Step back to downward facing dog. Awesome. Hinge forward to a high plank and then lower down onto your belly. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders. Separate your feet hip-width distance. And then inhale. Lift up to baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Keep breathing here. Hug your elbows in like chicken wings. Broaden through your collarbones. And then a slight tuck of the belly. Inhale. Exhale, tap your nose to the earth. 2 more times. Inhale. Broaden through the chest, shoulder blades back. Exhale, lower down. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. This time, plant your hands a little lower by your ribs and then inhale to high cobra. Straighten the arms. Press the top of your feet and then lift your knees for upward dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Nice. Walk your hands to the back of your mat to find a rag doll. So feet hip width distance or wider. Interlace opposite elbows and hang heavy. And turn this way. You can bend your knees as much as you need to release your back. And find a gentle sway side to side. Staying with the breath. And then lean over towards your right foot, leading with your right elbow. Lift up towards the left side, and then open your left elbow up, looking up towards the sky, coming up to stand, elbows high, and then leading with your left elbow, rainbow back down. Good. Follow the breath as you inhale, open up towards your right side, look up, look down as you exhale, roll back down. Try to keep your chest open at the top. One more time this side, inhale, and exhale. And then switch directions at the bottom, leading with left elbow, lean into your left leg, open your right elbow up, look up. It helps to bend the knees slightly. Exhale, fold. 2 more times, inhale. Try to keep a fluidity into your knee joints. Okay, if they want to bend, bend. If they want to be straight, straight. One more this side. And then release your hands down. Roll up to stand. Good, good. Separate your feet a little wider than hip width distance. And then interlace your fingers behind you for a chest expansion. You can also use a strap here. Strap or towel, whatever is available. Then point your toes in. Inhale, puff up the chest, look up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold over your legs. Keep your arms straight, reach your knuckles away from your back, but at the same time, relax your shoulders. Good. Be with every breath, especially the exhales, to release and let go. One more breath here. Release your hands to your mat underneath your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift the spine. And then exhale, Skandasana towards your right leg. Bend your right knee. Flex your left ankle, toes towards the sky. You can also use a block here. So if you notice your heels lifting, don't go quite as low. Stay a little higher. So prioritize flat heel. And then we'll switch. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean to your left leg. Flex the right ankle. Again, honor your depth. You can also use your hands here. Moving breath to movement. Ooh, that actually felt nice. So I had blocks under my hips. So if you place one block on each side, inhale, center, exhale to the other side. Good, keep going. Again, hands down are also great. Just stretching the inner hips and our hamstrings. Let's do one more each side, please. Next time you're on the right side, stay there. So here on the right side. And then again, you can sit on a block, maybe 2 blocks, and then plant your right hand down, extend your left hand opposite direction, broaden through your chest, look up, and then exhale, return back center. Reach your left hand for your ankle or your shin, whatever is available, and then extend your right hand up, and then tilt over towards your left leg. Good. Again, honor your body today. Go as far or not far as you'd like. Peel your right chest towards the sky. Stay with the breath. One more. And then inhale, return back up, release, and then switch to your left side. Good. Either sitting on the block, very handy here, or without the block. Plant your left hand, extend out, and then extend your right hand opposite direction. Press your elbow and your knee together to open up through your left hip. Inhale, and then exhale. Return down, receive your shin or ankle with your right hand, and then extend your left hand up. As you exhale, tilt towards your straight leg. And if you're more bendy people, you can land on your right leg and reach for your foot. Wherever you are, breathe. Last one. And then inhale, return back up. Exhale, come to center. So shorten your stance slightly, hands down, then come into Malasana squat. Okay, I like to use a block here. And then press your elbows, your arms into each other, broaden through the chest. Just here for a few breaths. Really stretch the breath. As much as we're stretching our bodies, we're also stretching in the mental space. Doing yoga takes a lot of flexibility in the mental space, just choosing to do something different. So imagine as you inhale, mind expanding. As you exhale, quieting any chatter. Good. Plant your palms and then fold over your legs once again. Stretch your legs. And then toe heel your feet hip width distance. Walk your hands forward onto your mat. And then lower down onto your belly for Sphinx pose. So stay lifted onto your elbows. Separate your feet hip width distance or wider, whatever feels better for your back. And then broaden through your collarbones. Lengthen the sides of your neck, crown towards the sky. Deep conscious breathing. In and out through your nose. So despite any physical or mental challenges, breathing in and out through your nose tells your body you're okay. And then from here, bend your right knee and then reach back for your foot, if you can. If not, let this go. But for a few breaths, if you do have the foot, face your fingers up and then bend your elbow and then rotate your chest forward for a quad stretch, upper thigh stretch, hip stretch. Push down as you press into your hand with your foot. Last breath. Exhale, release that. And then everyone, bend your right knee for a half frog. So right knee towards your right elbow. Broaden through the chest. A few breaths here. Surrender into the hips. And then slide your right palm forward. Lift your elbow. And then thread your left arm underneath the right. Roll over your left side and find your way into supine twist. Supine twist variation. So normally we prioritize the shoulders down. But here, prioritize, first of all, squaring the hips. So stack your right hip over the left. If your knee's lifted, you can place a block. And then allow your right shoulder to open. Of course, make any adjustments so you can sustain your breath. But as soon as you can, relax into the posture. Allow the posture to do the work. Finish your exhale. And then reversing the same way you came in, rainbow your right hand over, slide back into your half frog, lift to your elbows, and then send your foot back to Sphinx. And then we switch to the other side. Bend your left knee, reach back for your foot, again, if it's available, and then turn your fingers up so it's facing the same direction as your toes, and then rotate your left shoulder forward. Try to keep your thigh facing the earth. Good. Exhale, release your foot. Everyone take a half frog. So bend your left knee towards your left elbow. Broaden through your chest. Few breaths here. Breathe into left hip. And then slide your left palm forward. Thread your right arm underneath. Roll over right side as you open into supine twist on this side. So again, first stack the left hip over the right. You can always use a block underneath your knee, and or actually maybe not the chest. But if your left chest is open and hanging out, like maybe you're over here, that's okay. As long as it feels you can still breathe and there's no pain. So be able to differentiate the pain of stretching and change or pain that's telling you to get out of it. Goes back to that self-awareness we're practicing here. And then from here, we'll find our way onto our back. So complete the twist by rainbowing your left knee over and then roll over all the way onto your back. Move my mic. Good. From here, we'll do a quick bridge pose. Lift your hips up. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips down. Happy baby pose. Bend your knees. Receive your feet. Maybe straighten one or both legs. And then we find ball pose. Forehead towards your knees. Wrap your arms around. If you can reach, maybe kiss your knees. Mwah, mwah. And take a breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Release your legs long, arms long. You can set up any props as you'd like. A blanket or towels. Perhaps blocks underneath your shins. Make any adjustments to lay comfortably so you can completely rest and relax, allowing your body to integrate all of the changes that happened in the last 20 minutes. Just simply notice your breath, the inhale, the exhales. If you notice any noises or distractions, that's okay. Notice it and come back to your breath. That's the mental fortitude and flexibility we're exercising here. And I'll leave you here in Shavasana. Please stay for at least a few minutes, as long as you can. Thank you for practicing, becoming more flexible physically and mentally. I see you. Namaste.